All right, we're on the road back with Nala the Serval. She is covered up here in her carrier, and we are excited to be bringing her back from Missouri to Turpentine Creek. And we actually just pulled off the check on her, but I'm here with Staff Vet Dr. Kellyn Sweeley and Animal Curator Emily McCormack.
Hey everybody.
Hi. Yeah, we just took a quick gas break and got eyes on her, and she was resting comfortably in there. You know, still a little nervous, but actually a lot more calm than I had anticipated. And she's actually been a really great cattle buddy.
She's been quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
It is nice. And hopefully she's quiet because she's just letting things happen, not because she's too super scared. But
Yeah. I'm super excited
pretty good.
because we're going to be back just after 5 o'clock.
yeah, that's true.
And we're back. Technical difficulties.
Oh, Kevin.
Hey,
I was thinking we have received some of the vet report. Do you want to tell them a little bit about that for the check?
Yeah, I briefly mentioned it, I think, a little bit earlier, but just to give everyone this that update, when they did do the vet check on Nala this past week, she seemed to be looking good. They did radiographs, x-rays, so they didn't see anything abnormal on those. Her teeth, her mouth all checked out well. She was in good body condition. I myself haven't gotten the results yet of her blood work, but it sounded like maybe she did have some elevated liver enzymes, so that's something we're going to definitely want to watch. But otherwise, she has been acting normal, scared but normal. She has started eating and drinking for them. The vet did think he saw a little bit of blood in her urine, so possible urinary tract infection, so she was started on medications for that. We haven't had a chance to see how that's been going for her, but we will probably definitely keep treating her for that in this near future. They did look for parasites in her fecal sample, and she looked clean there, so that's great. We'll still do our normal quarantine deworming protocol that we always do at the refuge, but it's always nice when we get an animal in who's free of parasites. So overall, seems to be doing well. So we'll see how she adjusts for us.
Yeah, and we don't know if they ran an ionized calcium level or not yet.
Yes.
Because we will tell you that the male that have metabolic bone disease, we did get the results from him.
Or at least he most likely, because he had a low ionized calcium. That's reported that they had seen previously healed fractures. So between those two, so besides obviously the injuries from the car accident did result in fractures, but while they were doing emergency surgery on him, and with the x-rays, they did see previous fractures that were not caused by the accident. And so, with how common metabolic bone disease is among our pet servals that we rescue, having a low ionized calcium and previous fractures, it gives you a pretty good suspicion that he was in a calcium deficit. A lot of times when we're looking on the blood work, there's a value known as their total calcium, and unfortunately with metabolic bone disease, that can come back as normal. What you really need is the specific value of ionized calcium, which is free calcium in the bloodstream, to really know what their status is with that. And unfortunately, that's not really routinely run. So we're still unsure whether that was run for Nala at this point yet or not. But something we'll definitely want to monitor. And then obviously, once we get her at the refuge, we'll get her on an appropriate diet. We have no idea what her diet was previously, but once she's here, she will be on an appropriate diet with added calcium for that. So.
Yeah, the male, I'm sure people remember Tigger, the little circle that we tried to save. He had similar diaphragmatic hernia, broken rib. I mean, it's interesting. We do know that we were told these
did radiographs, and you know, I don't know how much palpation that the vet did, which still can be difficult to determine pregnancy. But she does not appear pregnant at this point. In the vet world, usually, you know, it's around 21, 22 days that something like that could be determined on ultrasound. It's not until about 45 days of pregnancy that it would show up on x-rays. So we're really hoping, hopefully, that she is not pregnant, but unfortunately that possibility still is kind of open to us. So we're obviously going to have her down at our hospital in our recovery area so we can closely monitor her over the next couple of weeks while she's in her quarantine period.
So, this is what we keep hearing about. All these small cats. I was just at the Paws Conference in California, and, you know, between the other sanctuaries that attended as well, but we did a little talk on the small cat crisis in the U.S., and it's gotten pretty out of control. Between all of us sanctuaries, there's about a call once a week for African servants. I mean, we saw there was a caracal loose in Chicago. I heard there was one loose in Wisconsin. Multiple of the sanctuaries have these cats that are native to the United States that they're not a house pet.
Yeah.
And the worst thing, I think, as I was telling Tigger's story again, but like just thinking about these, like, it's a money-making industry. These people are making a fortune. And what kills me is they spend a fortune buying one of these things, and then they don't take care of it.
Yep. Or it's not even the pet owner. If they had a lack of education on how to properly care for the animal, I mean, now with the internet, technically you could, but
I think owning one just shows you have a lack of education.
yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times the breeder information that they pass on to owners isn't necessarily correct either. The breeders aren't always taking the best care of their animals or have the appropriate medical background to be dispensing that kind of.
I saw on one of these breeders' sites, literally it was like, be strong, you know, like, don't let them be in control.
Yeah, like you're gonna work the wild out of them. I mean, that's what a domestic cat is. It took thousands of years to get a cat to kind of listen to you. And now these people want to go back to the Stone Ages and start all over again, when clearly it's a horrible idea.
Oh my God, people could, instead of buying one of these cats for $7,500, why don't you donate to a reputable sanctuary? You know?
And then rescue a house cat.
And then rescue a house cat. All these shelters are blowing up.
Yep.
The amount of cats and dogs makes me crazy.
And now they're getting servals and caracals because people find out real fast that they're horrible pets. So.
And whatever other new species they can crossbreed with.
Yeah. Bengal cats, Savannah cats.
Yeah. It's horrible. Maybe we should do a documentary called The Serval Queens. Maybe we'll get some attention.
All right. Well, that has been a very informative and interesting look into situations like this, but we're happy to say that Nala is going to her forever home and is going to be in great care for the rest of her life. So thank you guys for tuning in, and keep watching for her arrival at Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge.